Raise your hand and let me know. Yes, yes. We want to talk about the recent incident involving Umahi Mary Habila and the incident of death. Please, I want to use this opportunity to tell Nigerians that we should stop this act of laughing over somebody, because of one incident that occurred. See, death is the debt every of us, everybody owes. We must all die one day. The way we die, nobody knows. Some people will die on the road, some people will die in the house, some people can die anywhere. In elementary biology, we were told that one of the characteristics of living things, the last one is death. So once you are living, you must know that you die. And I wonder why this Umahi case is becoming so, is trending everywhere, as if people don't die. You can't say it's mysterious. I saw a lot of things. People, in fact, I classify people into three. First, the social media content creators who, to me, decided that this is an opportunity to more or less, increase the traffic to their platforms. Two, the political opponents, that this is, to them, this is the time to score the best political point. And finally, the third group, the people that, the obedience, yes, the obedient movement, because Dave Umahi is one of the vocal ministers, under Tinubu government, the minister that always opposes Peter Obi. So I think the members of the obedient movement will see this incident as a time to get a pound of flesh, But the truth is that, as true soldiers, when you are fighting with a fellow soldier and the other soldier, runs shortage of ammunition, the best thing is for you to stop. You don't keep on shooting and unarmed, soldier, and you don't call yourself a champion or a professional soldier by doing so. This thing that happened, just like Dave Umahi said, he said that girl was like a daughter to him. We are all human beings, no matter how hardened our heart is. Whenever we lose somebody, we pass through stages of grief, So I think we should respect, the wish of the family, or the emotions of the family at this critical time. Somebody that has stayed with you for 3 years, I think there should be bonding. There should be that relationship. I know how I felt when the lady assisting just close to us, when she had an issue. I know how I felt. Even when my cat died, I knew how I felt then. You understand, let alone a human being. So we should all be sensitive to the plight of our fellow citizens. But by the way, I always ask this question: is it only in Dave Umahi case that we've had sudden deaths like this? First, Sam Okwaraji on 12th August 1989, on the 77th minute between the Nigeria, that's in the match between Nigeria and Angola, the qualifying match between Nigeria and Angola, he collapsed. He died. Nobody called for the arrest of the coach or the then Minister of Sports or the manager of the National Stadium, Surulere, then, or any other person, or even the head of the medical team in the stadium. Nobody called for it. We saw it as an act of God. Autopsy revealed that Sam Okwaraji was hypertensive and possibly he had one of the hypertensive heart diseases. You understand? Kanu Nwankwo would have had the same thing, if not that at the time Kanu Nwankwo was plying his trade, in abroad. We had better technology to diagnose his issue, and it was tackled earlier before demise could come. Then Onyeka was performing in an event, and she collapsed. She was rushed to the nearest hospital where she was finally confirmed dead. Nobody called for the arrest of the organizers of the program, or possibly for the chief a chief host of the program, they equally saw it as an act of God. You understand? They said she had a heart attack and all those things. Nobody called that why should they not, provide a defibrillator for a gathering of people, and so on and so forth. Even Ojo Okalo recently, Miss Chinwe Mazi, that visited his Potomac, Maryland residence. She was, according to the report, she was eating a hard, heart attack, and she collapsed. She slumped and died. Police came, investigated, and at the end of the day, they confirmed that it was a cardiac arrest. You understand? So, and nobody called for the arrest of Ojo Okalo abroad. I think America should have, more developed technology than us to discover if there were foul play, but that didn't, occur. So I don't know why Nigerians are good at, misinforming fellow Nigerians, Now, all these ones I mentioned, they occurred outside the hospital environment. Let's talk about the incident that occurred in 2019 at FMC Yenogua. Doctors under the aegis of Association of Resident Doctors gathered in Yenogua for their NEC, National Executive Council meeting. Now, one of the doctors that attended, the registrar in obstetrics and gynecology, FMC Abokuta, Dr. Stephen, he attended. He slumped right within the premises of the hospital. And at the end of the day, his colleagues there, even the ones that came from outside, the people already in the hospital, they could not revive him. He died. Nobody called for the arrest of the CMD of the FMC Yenogua. Nobody called for the arrest of the leaders of the ARUD then, the NEC, for not preventing the death of their colleague, one of the delegates. You understand? So I wonder how this one is generating a lot of it. The truth is that most of the health workers hardly check their health. They believe that they are superhumans. After all, they have been treating people, and people are fine, But that is bad. I don't want to go into that. You understand? So we cannot. This is showing the hatred people have for Umahi. It's not that. The truth is that according to Section 38, everybody is entitled to his opinion. You can have different political ideology. That does not mean that we are not humans. Everybody cannot agree on one thing. That is why we are in a democracy. You allow people to have their freedom of conscience, and so on and so forth. Join any political party they want and all those things. So you cannot, because this thing happened. See, do you think if a minister wanted to cover up incident like this, that anybody could even hear it, let alone trending? We should most times respect people's emotion. To lose a loved one, that lady has stayed with the family of the minister for about 3 years or so. There should be bonding. I knew when I lost my cat, I grieve for my cat. Imagine cat, let alone human being. And minister said, Dave Umahi said, that girl was like a daughter to him. So we should also be sensitive. It's not about, everything is not about, politics. It's not about, see, they say in politics, there is, what we have, there's no permanent enemy. There's no permanent friend. Some of the people that gathered and pushed Jonathan out of the governance, some of them are quarreling today. At least we know the case of Aerofy and so on and so forth. So what am I trying to say? What I'm saying there is that we should be sensitive. Everything is not business as usual. That is it. Now, what does the law say about what is happening? First, our constitution said in section 14, subsection 1, that Nigeria, Federal Republic of Nigeria, shall be a state based on principles of democracy and social justice. So anything we are talking about, we relate it to the law. That is the only way we can say, okay, we are running a democratic nation. So what does the law say? Now, nobody has accused, nobody has made a formal complaint against Dave Umahi. So he's not an accused. Even if he's an accused, Section 36, Subsection 5 of the Nigerian Constitution says any accused is presumed to be innocent until proven guilty by a court of competent jurisdiction. So what am I trying to say? The point there is simple. Now, he has not been convicted. So people saying a lot of things, like I saw a lot of skits, some saying that, trying to compare Mary Habila's death and the lady that died due to encounter with Odogwu Asaba. They are not the same thing. The family of the lady that died in Asaba, or in Delta State, is alleging that that it was Odogwu Asaba that caused the death of their daughter. But in Mary Habila's case, they are saying they are not interested, that they don't suspect any foul play here, that they are not interested in the autopsy, that they don't want the matter to go. Now, the point is this. Yes, this brings us to a constitutional matter. According to a decided case called Ugu versus State, Ugu versus State says that the complainant in a criminal matter, that in criminal proceeding, the matter is between the state and the accused, and not between the offender and the victim. What it means is that if I slap you now, you report me to the police. If the matter goes to court, remember, I'm the one that slapped you, you report me to the police. If the matter goes to court, it is now between police, which is a representative of the state, and me. They are not dragging me. That's why in criminal matters, you hear things like Commissioner of Police versus Mr. A, IG versus Mr. A, AIG versus Mr. A, DPP versus Mr. A. You cannot see something like Mr. A versus Mr. B, because the main complainant in a criminal case is the state. And that state, I've told you, can be represented by the CP, DPP, AIG, EFCC, ICPC, and any of the law enforcement agents or representative of the state. So the point there is noted. Now, if you come to Section 88, Subsection 2 of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act, it says that in a criminal matter, if the nominal complainant, though he didn't call it nominal complainant, that is, if the victim refuses to take up the matter, police have every right to take up the matter. In that Section 88, Subsection 2, they use assault as an example. That maybe I assault you, then you say, you have given it to God, or you don't, no problem, I should go, no problem. Police can take up the matter, even when you, the victim, refuse to report the matter. So the father of this girl, Mary Habila, going to swear an affidavit that they are not interested in the matter, and so on and so forth. Before the law, the matter, if a crime is committed, is not between the bereaved family and Dave Umahi. It is between Dave Umahi and the state, which is the government now. So it is the state that will decide whether they will prosecute the matter or whether they will not prosecute the matter, whether they will investigate the matter, whether they will not investigate the matter. Then, also, it is the state that will decide whether autopsy will go on. The father is talking about is against their culture. Yes, the Nigerian Constitution recognizes customary laws, provided the customary laws are not obnoxious, like female genital mutilation, trial by ordeal, and so on and so forth. Once it is not obnoxious and is generally acceptable, then it's accepted. After all, we still have customary courts, and so on and so forth. So the point I'm trying to make there is that affidavit is of no use. It is the state that will decide to go. But then, this is what the law says. Now, the question is, there's an adage in English language that says, you cannot cry more than the bereaved. Now, if the state takes up the matter, fine and good. The state I don't think there's any of us that knows this matter more than the family knows about it. So if the family says yes as nominal complainant, and just like I said before, the nominal complainant is almost useless in a criminal matter, because even if they want to disclose, if you go to section 174 of the Nigerian Constitution, supported by sections 104, 105, 106, 107, 108 of the Administration of Criminal Justice Act 2025, it empowers the attorney of the states or the federation to initiate a criminal matter, to even take over when the thing is already going on, take over the matter, and also to withdraw it, provided judgment has not been passed. So you can see that the state is the owner, is the main complainant in this matter. So it is the state that decides whether to prosecute, not to prosecute, and so on and so. So it's not really the father. So that's that. What's it called? That affidavit to me is null and void. You understand? But then it equally questions. It can still bring some constitutional crisis, because if for now the family owns that body, they say we don't want this thing to be done. You understand? And you go ahead to do it. They can also sue the government and test the law. That's the truth. They can sue the government. We asked you not to do this. You went ahead to do it. So these are issues pertaining to that. And we have equally seen that what the law says. But for now, I am not of opinion to start accusing the minister. Minister has said where he's living is far from this place. And death can occur anywhere. It can occur anywhere. You understand? If doctors could not save one of their own inside hospital premises, my dear, I don't think it's just for us to know that we are all mortals, and the day it happens, definitely we don't know when and how it's going. Even in abroad, people still die of heart attack. People still collapse, and at the end of the day, even with defibrillator, they still go. That's the truth. So I think I have to end the video here. Let us minimize, let us be sensitive at this point. Coming to, like I heard somebody saying something about the election is coming. So Umahi has used this person to prepare for 2028. That one is not good now. It's not good. We should be sensitive. You understand? Just like I said, if a minister, somebody at the status of a minister, wanted to hide this matter or do any cover-up, it's the smallest thing a Nigerian minister could do. But now, this man is grieving. You understand? Let us respect the emotion of the family. Thank you.